Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with a weekly news and review for April 7th, 2024, and we've got Transformers news from all over the spectrum, including translations, clear pictures, and more information surrounding this Super Genrai, and we'll talk about that. It's making this wrestling figure crossover with Tmnt kind of strange, kind of interesting. We'll talk a little bit about that. There's always got to be some TMNT news. Batman the Animated Series, the Joker mobile here is not cheap, but it's at Target. Pre-order, better pictures, lights up, lots of stuff. G.I. Joe turns into a no-go with a sold out here, but I've got a little bit of advice on this. Don't worry about me, I got my two, but I have advice for anyone that missed out on this exclusive. In Star Wars, there's a little bit of Star Wars, there's a whole bunch of other little bit of stuff in between the cracks here also. We'll talk about this some more coming up. MS02SG at Shozi for $120, and I'm tempted to get it. I always say, guys, talk me out of it, and 5 people try to talk me into it. That's the way it always goes. I'm trying not to be, spend too much, but anyway, looks really awesome. It's a great mold, shattered glass. I never bought a shattered glass one before. Also, at Shozi store, we have this. This is the Genrai and the God Genrai. Power Master Optimus Prime is basically what it is. And here's the thing about this. Nobody knows truly the price. I mean, there's some conversion rate and discussion, but what will the actual price be that's charged? But Shozi did kind of clarify this, and I pre-ordered the other one. So this one is listed with Shozi as without trailer. The other one's listed as with trailer. And as you can see right here, you see a little box that shows what comes with all this, right? You got the blast effects, the 2 guns, and the figure and Power Master. Then if you look at this other one, it shows not only the cab, but the trailer and the blast effects and all extra heads and all this kind of stuff. So it comes a whole lot more. And that's the difference. Now this one here is supposed to be anywhere between 300 and 325 with the translated over with the 46,200 yen. But who knows what the translation or the conversion rate will be when the time comes that this rolls out. But it's supposed to come out late December. And that's where something really strange is happening with KFC. Now, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention, but KFC had made theirs. But they made the trailer, and you haven't got the Prime yet. And I was like, what? They don't got the Prime yet for their trailer? Because they included a cardboard box cutout to slide in as the Prime part. And now they're going to get their Prime out around October. So it looks like the people that bought the KFC one still kind of have an out in a way to just jump on the Takara, but which one will be better? And who really knows? I don't really know. And I don't have any point of reference, so I haven't picked up the KFC one yet. But I am going to go ahead and I pre-ordered the one for Takara. But I think the KFC one looks fine too. If you went with the KFC route, you're probably fine with that one also. But here, this one comes out in October. Theoretically, if they can hit the timeline. Next up, we've got the fans' hobby, Sky Flame. It's their take on an Armada Jetfire, and we've kind of been seeing some of this stuff going on, and they've been keeping us updated on this. Still looks pretty cool, pretty interesting, but they've done a whole lot more than just that, than just making this figure, this integration with other stuff that's going on out there, which looks pretty cool. And if you're in on this era, then this is definitely something for you. Here it goes in the shuttle mode, and I'm pretty sure this is a pretty big fella. And I guess I don't have any pictures of comparison to something that pretty much everyone knows what it is, but it's probably a pretty good size ship. It looks pretty interesting. It is overall pretty clean. But here it goes with this launcher and all of that that's going on with it. So a lot of integration and interesting stuff that they have going on right here. And yeah, that's their MB22 Skyflame, and looks quite promising. Since I talked about it Friday, I won't spend a whole lot of time on it. This is the DX9 Red Storm and their Sideswipe, and it looks great. And what I didn't spend much time Friday talking about, though, was this nice little picture someone put together. TPU, I guess, had put this picture together, which is great. to show cartoon versus Takara versus Badcube versus DX9. And I have to admit that I do believe that the DX9 is the winner here. Clear winner all around. Something that we need in the community. And I gotta say that DX9 making the remake of the carbots, will they make them all? I don't know. Questions on how tall they'll be. Will they be tall like DX9 and Fans Toys Sunicons? Possibly, but I still don't know. Nobody really knows. It's too soon to tell. And there aren't really good side comparisons side by side with anything else that we know of. And that brings us to their Prowl. And here goes Davedev, Prowl. And he looks good. Everything that we talked about last week, the previous week, has been fixed in this picture and looks good. And with that, getting a better Prowl would be great. And I have to admit, though, I'm fine with the Takara, but I'm intrigued enough to be excited about a new Prowl, for sure. That's Prowl from DX9. Give it to me one more time. So MMC does a lot of interesting stuff. This is their Defensor, and they're just kind of showing the transformation process, and they do this a lot. It's great art. It's a lot of fun. Somewhat reminiscent of G1 packaging art in a way, and I like it. I think this is a great looking Defensor. I think that if you aren't going the route of X-Transbots and you're just jumping on this one, it would be fine. I think that even if you want to display with other ones, you could do some elevations, you could do risers and things like that to get away with it if you want to. It's only 18-inch tall, so it would be short for the 21-inch scale. But with that, we've got another picture. So it seems like each week you get a new limb to put on this combiner, and it looks pretty good. And so with that, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details about their groove just yet, but it looks good. I think that I think we saw some last week, but we'll see more painted, more close to finish pictures. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. But in the end, which will be better, X-Transbots or this one? Still a little bit too soon to know. Same company, different bot. This is the Ocular Max FO2 Stray. People are saying this is a drift, an IDW drift. And I will admit, I don't know much about IDW and all of that. So I will admit that. I'm not all into that. So I'll take what people are saying and run with it. But it is a cool looking bot and a cool looking alt mode car. It looks like a Nissan or a Toyota. One of those two. Toyota? Nissan? Anyway. Still looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. It's got the clear windshield, and yeah, MMC does good work, though. I gotta admit, little pop-up headlights and interesting stuff they have going on right there. Looks good. And we're getting a lot of like teaser pictures of Rigorous. It's not released yet, I don't believe, so this has got to be a designer or something putting all these pictures out. I'm not sure. It's really cool, though, that Rigorous is interesting. Maybe it is released, and I just missed that whole point. But it's got this little shield thing going on here. Here's the alt mode to it, and kind of compared to some of these other ones, and it's really interesting compared to recolor kind of offshoot characters of Skids. That's interesting to show all of the kind of Diaclone kind of colors. Here we go with their bot modes, so a lot of fun, kind of interesting. And again, I'm going to get back to saying this, I don't see KOs of these recolors. Probably because there's not a big enough market for KO companies to make money off of it. So you literally just get what Takara gives you when it comes to these offshoot recolors. Unless, of course, that's another point that I seem to miss because I'm not looking for it. But there it is. If you're into it, you get it while they got it. And Unique Toys is making this interesting R06 Red Dasher. Information listed on the Show Z site calls it Dino. So, again, movie stuff, base stuff. I don't know the whole story behind that. But hey, it's something Unique Toys is making, and they're staying in the game right alongside with DX9. Here we go with the alt mode. I do have to admit, this alt mode is fantastic. It looks outstanding. And to say that you get something that looks so, how do we say, kibbly in bot mode, to be so smooth in alt mode, very impressive. Very impressive engineering indeed. Transart BWM11 Motor Spider. This is a metallic redeco, which I don't see a whole lot different than the one I have. So I don't know about a metallic redeco. Mine looks pretty metallic, to tell you the truth. But hey, this is something that we've got via Weibo, and it just came out information on it today. So it looks pretty cool. You know, I kind of have that gut feeling that Transart comes up with excuses to reissue their figures, and I don't have a problem with it because I missed out on a few that I'd like to pick up, so more power to them. But I do like the way this figure looks in both modes, and transformation is okay. Some of the parts I don't feel like clip in super well, but it still looks good in both modes. I'm pretty happy with mine, and if you missed out on this, they should be doing pre-orders on this pretty soon. It is definitely time for some legendary Legends news, and we got this. This is the New Age version, their take on Wind Charger and Tailgate, and I talked about it last week, but we got some better pictures of these and the actual products, and it looks pretty cool. These look good. Probably the only Wind Charger we got in the Legends scale so far, right? And here's the alt modes, which they're not the greatest alt modes in the world, but they fit in with kind of what's going on with Legends scale stuff. They look pretty good for that piece. Then there's another picture here from Uranus Secret Toys Garden, which another amazing photographer that makes these look, well, larger than life, but they're tiny because they're New Age. But speaking of tiny New Age, there's more New Age. New Age is busting out with a hover and pipes, and they call them Ballin' and Dwallin'. Ballin' and Dwallin'. So that's pretty cool. I guess this is going to be sold as a $50 2-pack also, so I guess I'm okay with that. The other 2-pack I did find out was $50, of course. And pretty interesting stuff here. I probably will go in on it. Look at that paint. Look at the level of paint that's on that. Now, I'm happy with my Magic Square, and these will be probably significantly smaller than the Magic Square one. But I'm probably going to go in on it anyway just to see which one I like best, which one I like most. Be kind of fun right there. Let's see what the alt mode looks like. I think I'm going to show the alt mode of Dwallin over here because well, it's about the same alt mode, and it's blue, but it's a better angle. You can see a little bit more of it, and it looks a lot like the toy. It does kind of feel like you've got the toy, and will be fun to do a comparison of these to the original G1 micro or mini bots. Fun stuff there. We got some pictures of Robot Toys RT01, but it's red, clear. I don't even have the first one. It's in the mail. That first one's in the mail, but now there's a red clear one, so might have to jump on that. But I might as well wait and see. Do a wait and see on how much I like the first one, but I'm pretty sure I like the first one. It looks pretty good. Not a whole lot of Legends scale stuff for Beast Wars that's out there. But if you're on it, I mean, it's going to be a fiery red one. Sticking with some oddball Legends stuff here. We've got Jazai Toys with their cassette Power Glide. Yes, turns into a cassette, a Power Glide robot, turns into a plane. And this is compared to, what is this? This is Combiner Wars? Is this back to the Combiner Wars era where they had, I believe it is, with their Power Glide. But anyhow, pretty cool, pretty interesting stuff. Iron Factory is showing their Samurai Azura Shogun. Azura Shogun. I said that right? Okay. Now, this is, of course, another Optimus Primal, but it's their take, and it's in the Samurai. And if you're interested in pretty interesting stuff, it is the series IF EX75, and these are the color prototypes. Looks quite interesting. And now I said we don't get much Beast Wars, and now we're getting two of the same thing. Mostly. Okay. Same, yet different. Let's talk about some mainline Hasbro stuff here. We got some better pictures of Swoop. And let me tell you, if you have not swooped in and done a pre-order somewhere, well, don't be all upset like all these other people that can't find a snarl anywhere. So, yeah, you might want to jump in and do a pre-order on this guy. And, yeah, there are reissuing snarl, or there's more product coming or something. But I've done a pre-order on this right away. Like, the minute it was up for pre-order, I got to have Swoop. I think I might have done two. The packaging is weird because it's open box leader class, which I'm happy it's open box, but you can't put like a little piece of cellophane plastic or something over that hole. I mean, that would suck. Maybe I'll get some plastic to put on it myself and put from the inside some. I don't know. I just don't know. They couldn't. That's like an eighth of a cent or something. I mean, come on. That's crazy. Anyhow, The packaging looks different a little bit, and the figure looks great. I think it looks fantastic. And again, I say it's hard to screw up a swoop. Last week, people talking about the Powder Primes swoop kind of getting screwed up. That's because it had to combine with something. It doesn't combine with anything, except it's got an extra sword to go with Grimlock. Looks good. All right, so this wave has shown up in Target, and it's funny because showed up at my Target closest to me, and I took this picture, and I told my son I've got the first release of Nah, and he says, Dad, Mom's been buy this for me now. I'm like, no, we've already got it. But the good thing was it was only $20. And here's the other good thing is that starting today, I guess it's today when you watch this, Target's going to have the Circle offer of 30% off all Transformers. So, I don't got to explain it, but we are going to return that Nah and get the 30% off of that. And whatever other Transformers we buy that day. But take advantage of it all week. I don't know if you can reuse that coupon. Sometimes they let you, it just keeps repopulating in there. Or sometimes it's only a one-time use coupon. But look for that, 30% off. Plus the red card gets you 5% off. I mean, you can stack them. And what's going on at Walmart? We're on a 2.5-month clearance of literally just marking it down to what the original price was when the line started. My son said if inflation continues, are they going to mark those back up while they're on the clearance shelf? I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Walmart at this point. It's insane, isn't it? $20 still. They're not moving for 2.5 months, and everything else gets marked down but these for some reason. So I think this is due out in May. And people are finding this in New York, in GameStop. And it's funny because I was thinking about pre-ordering it from GameStop, but I had a problem with one of my Crystar pre-orders from GameStop. So I didn't pre-order it there. But as you can see, if you've got the premium, you get 5% off. So if you're one of their premium members, plus they give you a $5 coupon, which when I do kind of my pickups video, I'll go into detail how I got a lot of stuff pretty cheap, even today, on that. But that's a pretty good value. It's a really good value at that with the 104. But if you have your $5 coupon, get down to 100 for 5 of these figures. It's pretty good. Anyhow, start checking those out. There's some other stuff that shows up at GameStop for Transformer wise, which is pretty interesting. And sometimes when they say it's like the online exclusives, they're for online retailers only. GameStop, for whatever reason, falls in that category. So we got a bit of news on something called the Swaptoon gimmick line. JT Prime 17 has dropped this information. So I'm going to read this with really no idea what the heck a Swaptoon is. But it's Swaptoon's OP Ultra Magnus, Meg Shockwave, BB Hot Rod, Grimlock Snarl. What on earth would that be? Cheetor Tigatron, Starscream Thundercracker, Nemesis Prime Clinch, Shadow Panther Ravage, Wild Jungle Mission 5-pack. So, fill in the blanks on all this, whatever you think it is. I don't know, but it doesn't surprise me because it looks like they come up with any excuse or reason that they can recolor any of these. But I think this is actually going to be a little bit different, where it's recolored, but different parts, different heads. I don't know. It will be very interesting to see what they come up with or concoct for this line. Okay, so I was talking with my son about Beachcomber, and I'm like, yeah, I completely missed that. I never saw it at store. I never pre-ordered it because I thought we'd see it at Target or something, and we never did. And here's the thing. You can go to Entertainment Earth and pre-order it. Now, here's what you got to do. You put in one of the reviewer codes or whatever, and then you can get free shipping on $79. So pre-order all the stuff that you want, and you get free shipping. They'll probably ship it out as it arrives, I think. That's how it goes. And I do not think they charge you. Last time I did it, they didn't charge me until they shipped it, which was good. And that was on some He-Man stuff. But with it, if you really want this, pre-order a handful of things that you want from them and get it. Because I don't know any other way to get it. Seriously, it's sold out pretty much everywhere. And the only place that still has an allotment coming is Entertainment Earth. Sometimes, though, they say they have a allotment coming, and it never shows up, and they cancel you later. I mean, it is what it is, but I figured I'd try to be helpful here. All right, so pre-orders went live for this stuff everywhere. The eel is sold out. The eel for eels at Hasbro Pulse, but don't fret. I got one, and at Hasbro Pulse, and I pre-ordered 2 from BBTS because I can easily just cancel those if I find them in the store or something like that, which I did actually find almost all these. I found all of the ones in the store so far, but the Scarlet, the bubbles all smashed up, and I want them in the package anyway. So I'll just wait for my BBTS one to come in for Scarlet. But I pre-ordered all these from BBTS. I pre-ordered all these from Pulse right away. And then I pre-ordered a couple extra eels from BBTS. But there's still plenty. They are $1 more, but you're for sure to get them. I haven't had hardly anything ever canceled from BBTS, so it's pretty good. I do want to say I like these better than the first releases. I don't care how much that Beachhead is worth. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I like this Beachhead more, and all around. And I'm glad I only bought one of the Snow Serpent because I like this more. Now for the Ferret and the Driver, I think a lot of people are upset that they didn't pre-order this or get this. It's sold out. They were waiting. I don't know. But here's the thing. In 2024, don't wait. You want it, pre-order it. I did. I pre-ordered 2 without even thinking about it, like instantly. The only thing I was thinking about was why not get a third? Here's the thing. I did the same thing. I bought 3 of the Trouble Bubbles. I love the Trouble Bubble, and I love this. And I would put this as like one slight notch below the Trouble Bubble in small vehicles that I love. But the Trouble Bubble's back in stock, and there's plenty of them. I don't know if that will happen with this one because they have announced they're reducing production on these, so we don't know how many they're going to make. But we saw the Trouble Bubble sell out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, it came back up, and there's plenty in stock. Now, what else is going on with that? The Vamp. The $100 Vamp that I said should have been $75 because I would have bought 3, but I only bought 2. So it sells out. It comes back up for a day. I guess when they put all the pre-orders up, they put more pre-orders this up. And it's sold out real fast, from what I understand. From what people are telling me, I wasn't even looking at it because I've got mine. I don't need another one. Don't need to look at that. But this is what I'm hearing from people. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess let's have a look and see what's going on in the secondary market. And I would like to say, don't spend $200 on one of these things. Just wait. That's my belief. But I can't guarantee anything because they are talking about cutting production. And here's the other problem with this. I mean, watch the site daily. I'll let anyone know when it comes back up. But they still need to make the Stinger based off this mold. They still need to make the Tiger Force version. You know they will, based off this mold. And then they need to move into these other vehicles. So will they be rerunning, reprinting, remaking this over and over and over? I don't know. And this is sort of a new scale of vehicle. So we're in uncharted territory a little bit. And the new price point scale. So again, I don't know how easy it is going to be to get this, but we can look at what we saw with Serpentor, Dr. Mindbender. Like plenty of them came again, and then they sold out again. But I don't know. It's what I'm going to say. But I still feel like spending $200 is a bit heavy. It's a bit much. A bit much. All right, I will talk about this even though I literally don't have even a toe into the wrestling world. And I'm losing interest in Turtles just because I feel like I'm just overloaded. I'm overloaded. I'm shell-shocked with all the Turtle product that comes out. But this is Mutant Ninja Turtles Elite collaboration with WWE and Mattel. And so Ringside Collectibles is doing something with these. They have figures of Kofi Kingston as Mikey, Seth freaking Rollins as Leo, Xavier Wood as Donatello, Rey Mysterio as Raphael, Roman Reigns as Shredder, and Cody Rhodes as Casey Jones. Now, I've heard a lot of these names before, but I just don't keep up with any of this stuff. But it looks interesting, and I might pick and choose if I see them hanging in the store. But will I? I don't think so. I don't know. Adrian! Super7 and the Reaction, $20 figures of Rocky. If you want some Rocky figures, this is probably the best way to get it, or the only way to get it right now. But you're buying some older stuff, I think. NECA made some 7-inch ones back in the day, maybe. I think they did quite a few of those. But anyway, this is the Italian Stallion the Rocky Street fighting Rocky, and then Mickey. And yeah, what's the next wave? Wave 3. If you're interested in this, then start looking for the pre-orders on these. And I just see these as hit and miss in Target occasionally, almost never in Walmarts, and online sometimes you catch a sale, but these are tricky. This line is tricky. All of these Super 7 reactions, some sell out really fast and get expensive, and others you get on clearance. I don't know the secret to which ones you find on sale. So we've got the animated Joker Mobile lights up, and Illumina. Looks cool. You need some AA batteries in it to get it to light up. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty interesting. Not sure if it's something I need. Although I get excited about stuff like this. It's different. It's new. It's something I've never seen before. But it's $60. I was thinking 30. I was like, yeah, I'm all on 30. I'm click on it. I'm go to the link and I'm gonna pre-order it. And I'm like, 60. I don't know. Still really cool, but it's 60. Does the light up gimmick add that much? But anyway, if you want to get Target.com, we've got an Entertainment Earth exclusive of a Blacklight Joker, and it's a Blacklight Joker because it comes with its own blacklight. Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. It comes with its own blacklight to make it illuminate incredibly, I guess. Really, there was no way for them to capture how it looks, I guess, but it looks like it would reflect the blacklight really well, especially with the skin tone. There's a kind of a glow-in-the-dark kind of thing got going on there. Pretty interesting. It's $30. I'm not sure if I'm in on it, but I think it looks pretty cool, though. It does look very interesting. Entertainment Earth exclusive. We have the second NECA LJN repaint of their Dungeons & Dragons line, which their figure is awesome, but I am super into this repaint of them to look like LJN. First of all, getting them carded, an actual LJN carded, usually runs $100 to get a sealed one, almost any figure. And this is $30. I think it's like 31 or 32 through BBTS, which I pre-ordered through BBTS just because I know I'm going to get it. But it's interesting looking, and it kind of gives you that whole same feel. So if you have a loose set of the LJNs and you're like, well, I wouldn't mind having a few carded ones or carded representations, this is the way to do it. It looks very simple. I have almost all of the card backs, but not all of them carded. I think I have 5 carded ones or something, because I don't really go after carded vintage because it's just so expensive. But for $30, yeah, it works, and I'm looking forward to all of these. I had to get 2 of this because I'm definitely going to open one. To say not much has gone on in the Star Wars world this past week is an extreme understatement. This is nothing. Nothing. I'm going to dig up anything I can find here. But Mace Windu and 187th Clone Trooper will be available again. It is available again on Pulse for premium members. I didn't know that people were going after this that hard. Let me see if there's a link and if it's still available. And it's sold out again. I guess people are really going after this thing. So to my surprise. So if you kind of what Pulse is doing, they keep putting more up, and then they sell out again. This is a picture from AZ Toy Hunter Guild, and this is new stuff, new products showing up. I mean, this is not really. I mean, it's news, but it's not really news. Kind of sucks, but. I've seen all these in person, and I've seen the $17 price tag, and I happily leave them hanging there. There's nothing for $17 that I feel I need at all. Not one of these. So, it's still cool that the new stuff is showing up. It's fun to see it. It's fun to see the preview of what I'm gonna get at Ross and Ollie's. But I'm gonna show you what I saw today. I thought it was kind of cool. Walmart having just a big old Star Wars display, dark side. It's quite interesting, but the product is just stuff I don't need. And even though that Cad Bane looks really cool, that's a cool looking, like he's bad as can be. I don't really need him. I don't need any of this stuff. But it was fun to look at though, and I figured I'd take a picture and share it. But yeah, it's kind of feeling like everything is literally just a regurgitation, continual regurgitation of Star Wars, and it's nothing to get excited for. The cardboard display in the Walmart was more exciting than the products. For me, at least. I don't know. How about you? So what else is going on out there that I did not talk about? What other interesting stuff and cool stuff is happening in the world that I did not discuss? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and Ted Deerhammer out.